Please form a line, people. Draw a waiting...
Draw a waiting number, and the mayor will see you in a short while.
What's going on here? Did someone refill the peanut jar?
A girl fell from the sky. They say she's a real beauty. The mayor is about to decide who's going to give her shelter.
Yeah? Well, I doubt he'll have a hard time to decide once he's heard my story. I saved that girl from the dark exchequer. I am responsible for her.
Nice try, buddy, but I've made up a good story, too. Mine even has a dragon in it, so move to the back of the line and draw a number like everyone else.
We finally reached the town hall, and a character who was supposed to have just a minor support role, who even in the final version, the quote-unquote beautifully animated final version, still looks like my very crude sketch. And that is Lottie, voiced by the talented Tim Bentinck, in the English version at least. Lottie was designed to be a minor character in Deponia, as I said, yet she still makes a reappearance later on. I guess I can't spoil that much. I never intended that, though, and I don't know why this character got so overwhelmingly much positive feedback. In fact, the press in each territory always had a spotlight on Lottie. And I also remember that very long and elaborately mail which I answered with a lot of time and effort, talking to an upset customer who claimed we would ridicule transsexual tendencies in Deponia. I strongly disagreed with this perception of Lottie, and granted, even if her falsetto is exaggerated and cliched, Lottie herself is not a ridiculous character. This part belongs to Rufus, and Rufus alone. Everyone around falls victim to Rufus's ridiculousness. So the most beautiful thing about that is that Rufus actually is neither biased nor intolerant in any way, at least not in a common way. What upsets him is vastly different than the things other ordinary idiots rant about. Ordinary idiots have in fact a certain obligatory intolerance towards others. Rufus, however, he is a special moron. His kind of intolerance is of the liberal kind. He thinks all his fellow people are equally stupid, and that makes him, at least in that regard, very liberal. He treats everyone equally shitty, so no matter the background. This is the last consequence of the liberal thought illustrated in Deponia. Welcome to Deponia. My name is Pokey Pokinson.
Hardly ever saw such stupid hats. Those notice boards are great. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I'd still have to search for magnets in the trash heaps. Those notice boards are great. I hate lines. Number 66! Almost my lucky number. The post office will be open o'clock? O'clock? What o'clock? There's something missing here. Every office needs a good soul. Maybe someone should tell the mayor. Hello, Lottie.
You too.
You too? Dear me, what a day.
Where's the girl from Elysium?
Princess Sugar...
Yeah, Princess Sugarbottom? Oh, she's lying around in the assembly hall. Of course, I knew you came because of her. That's always the same. Always the same. A beautiful young girl in a tight jumpsuit falls from the sky heavily injured, and immediately everyone's falling over themselves to help her. Hussy! Hussy!
I want to see the mayor.
Everyone
Everyone does. Take a number and wait your turn.
Can you make an exception and let me in before the others?
It's your turn when you...
Your number comes up!
No exceptions.
Not even for me?
Especially not for you!
But the line isn't moving at all. Who's next anyway?
Number 62. I think that's Wenzel.
Wenzel is also applying? But Wenzel isn't even here.
Well, it's his turn. Wenzel is up next.
No exceptions!
I officially want to deregister my residence here on Deponia.
Although a lot of people will be glad to hear that. Me, for instance.
That won't be possible today!
The mayor is pretty busy at the moment.
I'll skedaddle.
Don't let the door hit you.
The mayor wants to decide what? Who will what? Give her shelter.
Low-Tech thinks the girl should be, integrated into our community, and someone has to nurse her back to health.
I hope the mayor will choose me. She could give me a hand in the mud pits. Ever since I cut my fingertips while scrubbing rust, I tend to get infected cuticles.
You want her to scrub rust for you? That's outrageous.
Why? What do you want the girl for? Rufus?
Rufus!
Huh? Oh, what? The girl belongs to me.
That'll be determined by the mayor.
Well, how do I get to the mayor?
That's easy.
Take a number and stand at the end of the line.
Couldn't you let me cut in? See, I'm in a bit of a hurry, and...
I see.
Well, if that's the case...
Do you want my chair?
Shall we get you something to drink while you're waiting?
We could bake a cake for you, too.
Really? I like cactus cake, but no raisins. Thanks very much. And... Oh. I see. Crap. Now I'm hungry. No, really, let me go first.
Listen, Rufus, a minute ago that was a nice little joke, but now it's half annoying.
And half sad.
Where's the girl now?
She's lying in the assembly hall. Dr. Gizmo is with her.
They say she's unconscious.
I hope she isn't injured.
So do I. So do I. It's not easy stacking exhaust pipes with broken arms.
Nice hats. Did I miss a trend or something?
The roofer switched to making hats, 'cause it hasn't rained for months.
I see. And I'm sure the trousers are from the guy who used to make tarps, right?
Hey, my wife made them for me.
Well, thanks for nothing. I'll skedaddle. Goal! I have to talk to her. She's got to know who her savior is.
Rufus, do you have to snoop around here?
Hi, Inspector Gizmo.
That's Dr. Gizmo. As you know, I hold all 3 positions in this emergency station, and right now, I'm a doctor. And as a doctor, I have the right to ask, why are you bothering my patient?
She's an acquaintance of mine. I wanted to see how she's doing. Her name is Gold.
So, the Elysian is an acquaintance of yours, eh? Very funny. Well, as long as your lacking sense of reality doesn't keep me from doing my job, knock yourself out. Look after your acquaintance, but make it snappy. That's enough.
What? Come on!
Enough daydreaming for today. My patient needs rest. Well, at least I guess that she needs rest. In order to know for sure, she would have to wake up first.
She's unconscious. What's wrong with her? What does she need?
To be more conscious, obviously. The further tests, she would have to be awake. Unfortunately, none of my remedies seem to work.
Well, how about some really strong coffee?
Ha! The coffee that can be of help here needs to be brewed.
Doesn't every coffee need to be brewed?
Yes, right, but
Hey, not to worry, Dr. Gizmo. I have a plan.
do the world a favor and spare us your plans, Rufus. Your wacky plans have never done anyone any good, except that the mayor granted me a larger file cabinet for patients' histories.
How peacefully she sleeps. This calls for extra strong coffee.
This is the assembly hall. It's one of those scenes where our Alex, who played Goal, really shined. Or rather, an incredible acting job on Goal's part, who may want to give us all the details about how tough this was in terms of acting to transport the concept of a sleeping beauty into this hall. The scene is heavy with fate and has this aura of great expectations. How did you do that?
Yeah, I imagined this a bit differently, actually. I was promised a lead role, after all.
Yeah, whoa, wait a minute. It is, in fact, a leading role. It's a very important central role.
I hardly had any lines.
Yeah, maybe, but you have presence. That's what a sleeping beauty scene is all about, presence. I think we have to cut now. I have a lot of exciting questions to ask, of course, but I don't want to forestall too much. So we postpone that until later screen and commentary. After all, I want you to stay tuned, and also let's not ruin the mentioned aura with too much babble. That being said, see you on the next screen.
Hey, Goal! Goal! Wakey! Fast asleep.
Very good diagnosis, Doctor.
Oh, well, it's just that I'm an expert in sleep. Gizmo is a doctor, police officer, and firefighter all at once. On his best days, he has to change professions every other second. Dr. Gizmo,
What now?
will she fully recover?
She'd need to wake up first to be able to tell.
Well, why don't you wake her up then?
Well, it's not that easy. I've already tried every stimulant I could find in my medicine cabinet. None of those were strong enough. She needs something much stronger.
Something much stronger. Sounds like a job for me. I am much stronger, after all. I will save her.
Ha! Good luck. Did you bring some kind of miracle stimulant by any chance? Something that might wake her up? A kind of cup of coffee to the nth order?
I'm working on it.
Good, but do it someplace else.
What can I do to wake her up again?
Nothing, unless you had a miracle stimulant to wake her up.
What are you waiting for? Help her!
I would love to, but self-professed acquaintances of the patient are constantly interrupting me in my efforts.
Self-professed acquaintances. That sounds funny. Self-professed acquaintances. Think you can say that 1,000 times in a row?
Why should I? I could even say get lost 1,000 times in a row and you wouldn't get it.